Yo, Canal Street Dreams, welcome back. This week we got one of our good friends, Mike Nouveau, on the pod. All right, your favorite watch collector's favorite watch collector. When I met you, you were DJing.
Yeah, I was a DJ up until COVID.
Yeah. Okay, so then COVID was kind of like, was COVID the thing?
So I was already doing watch stuff before that, but I was doing both at the same time. And it's kind of like when I started DJing, I had day jobs. And then when I started, the DJing kind of started popping off a bit. Then I was like, okay, I don't need the day job anymore.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened and put the kibosh on DJing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I've already been selling watches and doing well with it. So let me just do this full time.
Yeah.
And that's basically when I really just, and also with COVID, the vintage market kind of exploded.
Yeah.
So that helped also.
I loved that watch. You, Dizza, and the guys, like I love in the pandemic when watch sales, vintage watch dealing became like one of the lanes, because before it was like if you were a DJ and you hit a certain age and you were just like, I don't want to be out this late at night anymore. It's like, am I going to own a restaurant and am I going to be a creative director, or like, God forbid, am I a barber? You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I got to be a barber. Watch dealing is like an elegant graduation from DJing.
I saw a lot of DJ colleagues kind of like, it was a good opportunity for, you know, your friend who owns like 2% of a bar, like, or, you know, is a manager at a bar or DJ, you make like kind of an elegant exit or pivot. Because it gave you didn't have to be like, oh, I'm so embarrassed this career didn't work out. It was COVID, everything shut down. Everyone moved on to something else.
Yeah.
And you know, I have some friends who are, you know, my age who kind of like held on and kept DJing, and I feel a little like sad for them, honestly. Not like, you know, we're not talking about superstar DJs. We're talking about just like the local.
Yeah,
yeoman
DJs, you know,
Yeah,
Journey
exactly.
The guy holding the neighborhood down, or the girl holding the neighborhood
But
down.
we need DJs.
We
need them.
DJs.
So there has to be some that hang on.
Yeah.
Like we need fun. We need music.
Yeah, shout out Dinks, man. Eric
Yeah.
Duncan, still DJing, still shredding. Like, he holds it down. He's the one DJ left in the fantasy league since Dizza retired.
Damn.
You know?
Does Dizza not DJ anymore? I mean, I know he's got a million things going on.
He still, I think, is managed and does like elite gigs.
Yeah, he's like the mayor of Miami.
Good enough for Dizza.
If Stone Island calls, he may DJ.
25K and up only.
Yeah. Stone Island, Dizza will put the cape back on. You know?
But what do you think it was in COVID, just as like, I guess, consumer or like watch buyer? I wouldn't even call myself a watch buyer, but it was like watching the market. Like everyone bought a watch.
Yeah.
Do you like everyone you know then got into watches? People that I've never even taught. Like I was like, oh,
a lot of people. I just think people had some nothing
Stimmy.
to do.
And like you had a little bit of money.
Yeah. This is the most rich man shit, and like we not living like this anymore. But I never cared about watches. I never wanted watches. I thought it was like stupid to have that much bread on your arm.
Yeah.
But then what happened was I had custom made engagement ring for her. But the day before I was gonna propose, I got nervous, and I was like, what if she doesn't like this? It isn't a brand name, because she's like into luxury and brand names and all this stuff.
But
and
also,
I just
he was like, what if you were to ever get engaged? Like, could you show me what ring you want? Like, I made him a deck of a ring.
She made him a deck.
And it was the ring that he had designed. It was literally, I had slides of like, this is what I want the pave
I made a fire
band.
ring, but then I just like, the day before you propose to somebody, you start to just like, yo, am I good enough? Is this yet? I just started to bug. So I walked into Cartier and just bought the nicest emerald cut pave diamond off the floor at Cartier, and was like, all right, I'm gonna propose with 2 rings, because I don't want her to think
and hilariously paid for it with like, didn't you like Apple Pay for it? Because I had your card.
I forgot. Yeah, she had my card. So I had to Apple Pay, but I Apple paid this ring off the floor at Cartier. Crazy.
Wow. You better make sure they have that in your buyer record for when you go and ask for a crash or something.
Yeah.
Oh, they have it. They have the record.
They send gifts every Chinese New Year.
Awesome.
Cartier be sending crazy gifts because
but the
they were
story,
like, this is wild behavior. The story gets better.
The story gets better.
And I got nervous. And so I proposed with 2 rings and was like, look, this is the one I designed you, but I copped this one off the floor. So you know I'm willing to pay for a brand name, but you pick which one you want. So
it was disorienting to be proposed to with 2 boxes. And because I was like, is this like a trick? Like I was like, is this a joke? Are you like, what am I on like Jeopardy or something? Am I supposed to answer the question? Like, I don't know. But then he was like, yeah, pick which one you want. And of course,
and they're refundable, the other one?
Well, so we'll get into it. So because I think you had told, what was her name, Karen?
Yes.
Karen at
yes.
Cartier. You had told her the situation and she was like, that's no problem. If she chooses the other ring, you can bring this back. It's totally like, it'll be fine. Just like, don't scratch it. Right. So come to find out. So that night we're like hyped. We just got engaged. We're like, we're having a good time. We're on like cloud 11 and we're at dinner. We went to Musso and Frank's after, just the two of us. And I like I'm like, I don't know which ring I want. Like I never thought I would get a ring. I never thought I would get two.
No, I'm gonna keep it fun. There's photos of her going like this with two.
Yeah, because
but
we're
also
having
it's like
fun.
she won the lottery.
Yeah.
She won the lottery, and it's like I'm that bitch, and she was
No,
just
it
going
wasn't
like
even
this.
about that. It was just like our moment together. And then it was fun. And we were like, which one looks better? Like, what looks better on my hand? Like, I'm a big bitch. Like, you know
one
what
fell
I mean?
in the chicken parm.
Well, no. So the only thing that can scratch a diamond is another diamond.
Right. Oh God.
I didn't know that. I thought everyone tells you like it's so fucking hard to scratch a diamond. They're like it's such a strong material, right?
It was a Cartier crash.
So I have, and like it's so funny. I have like videos of me like in bed. I have both of them on the same finger.
Man.
They're bumping each other. And then so I decide I like the one that he designed. It's just like more sentimental, anyways. And so I'm like, let's take this one back, and great, we'll go. It'll be fun. We'll like go to Cartier. We'll have fun. We go and we like give them the ring. They take the ring in the back, and they're and then somebody just comes out like the face. They're like, "We'll
They have
take
a
you."
screenshot of
They're
you
like,
partying
"We'll
at
just."
This ring has been in a crash.
They're like, "Why don't you come back? Why don't we have a glass of champagne?" So we're like
man.
sitting there, and they're like, "So the ring is scratched, and we can't take it back." So now this man's bank account he's paid for 2 engagement rings,
man.
and I will say you didn't skimp out.
No.
You didn't skimp out at all anywhere. So I'm just like sitting there like, oh my God, fuck. I've scratched the ring. This is like my issue. I've done this. I'm in trouble. And then I think I blacked out, so you can finish the story. I was just sitting there sweating and having a panic attack.
When Hollywood was still paying me like 6 figures just to write scripts and put them
Business
in a
was
drawer.
good. The economy was
just like,
booming.
Here, put this in a drawer. Give me 600, but like, no, then they were just like, look, we cannot give you a cash refund. What we can do is take the ring back as a courtesy to you as like a customer who's copying rings with Apple Pay.
Yeah.
But you need to now spend this as a credit.
Okay, got it.
And they brought out the I think it was the 100th anniversary like Louis tank, the gold one with the gold bracelet. They brought it out and they're like, would you be interested in this? And I was like, damn, that's kind of fly. Like I never would buy a watch otherwise. And they were holding it and they were like, we don't usually do like an all gold bracelet at Cartier. I didn't know shit about shit. So I was like, you could be lying to me. You could be telling the truth. But I started wearing that watch and I'm like, yo, it feels good stepping out with a gold watch on. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, you just feel big man,
That's a really great, that's a story that should have been on my TikTok, to be honest. That's a great watch story.
We will collaborate with you.
Yeah.
We will do the TikTok. And then it was like truly everybody got a watch. Like he got me, my mom, and his mom
Like
the
Oprah
same.
style.
Yeah, we got like the same watch. It was just to signify like the event, and like he's so sweet. He was like, I want our moms to feel included in the engagement and like taken care of. And
They all got two-tone Panthers.
yeah. And then it spiraled out from there. And
I
then
bet
we
it
just
did.
started like, and then it just became, then he started having like a notes app of like my dream watch list.
man.
And it was crazy. He made this list and then within like 6 months had all the watches. And I was like, no, this was supposed to be like 10 years.
I was like,
This was
supposed to take 10
I'm the guy that
years.
collectors hate.
Now you're my dream client.
Yeah. Dream client and other collectors. This guy got him in 7
Yeah.
months. But yeah, now we're selling our house.
Yeah. So
Now you got the Substack going.
now we're looking, now we're looking to get bought out. Will someone buy us out of our non-rent stabilized
That's why,
apartment?
no one should have sympathy for our financial situation. It's like Eddie dumbed the fuck out.
Yeah, we were stupid.
Yeah. Our collection is fire though.
Art
I bet.
The art
collection,
collection is
the
fire.
watch every collection is fire. We just went too crazy.
I was just Taiwanese hood rich, man. I went too fucking crazy.
That's
At
fine.
one point, there was a month where I got, I think, 4 watches from. Well, that day we got 4 watches from Cartier.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then we went back and I copped the black dial with no second hands.
Okay.
Or, yeah, like the
It's
one.
not
or
the
what?
must.
It was a tank,
Yeah.
gold case, black dial.
Yeah, I know the watch. Yeah, for sure. That's a good
I forget
one.
The name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
But
And then he was just like, he kept going in there like, what do you got? What do you
was a
got?
love
What do you
you.
got?
Yeah.
What do you got?
yeah, dude, bro, we started running into like the AP sales guy at the park, and like we were getting
Oh my God.
offered
Yes.
watches
At the
everywhere.
Mexican
Oh, that's
cantina.
perfect.
Yeah. And then, well, she would call you every time. Every time we got offered a watch,
I would
she would
consult
text you and be like, "Should you
because
do
I was
this?"
like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
after a certain point when you kind of, because we didn't know anything about watches, I never thought I would get into them, but then it's like a sickness.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fun and I like it. And then we started looking at vintage watches and I was like, oh, wow.
yeah.
But yeah, I would always consult you.
Yeah.
And
You
then,
gave good advice though,
Yeah.
because I would say she would consult you and send you a photo. I would send it to Dizza, and Dizza's response was always just like, "Buy this watch instead." And I was like, "Son, you sell watches with no box, man." Which I know you also sell watches with no box, but
Fuck
I just
boxes.
I like fucking with him, being like, "Yo, when you get boxes, I'll cop a watch
That's
from you.
so funny.
Get some mints, get some boxes, get some very special champagne. I'll cop."
I know, but that's the thing. You just like, get like addicted to having that backroom experience,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
once you've
the
been in the champagne room,
orology.
you're not having the
I'm
dance in
sorry.
the chair.
You-
Yeah.
you
Not
gotta
that
learn-
I've ever been in the. I've never been in the room.
He's never been.
I never drank champagne.
He's never
I've never
been.
done any
No,
of this shit.
definitely not.
I just seen other people.
We got to lower your standards when you're buying vintage.
for sure.
No box and papers.
No box, no
Nope,
papers.
definitely not.
Yeah.
You guys should just start making your own boxes.
People do that all the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people-
Like I would
yeah.
a very
People
special
make their own papers too that say
pushers.
Rolex and Cartier on them.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, they
Some
got the purple
fakies.
VS pouches now.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
you
those are
have
cool.
Any?
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah.
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 But you're smart. You like kind of have the Amazon of watches because the Pushers
Yeah.
app is where every dealer I know is like
Good.
selling
Glad
their
to hear that.
wares.
Yeah. I got the app because I needed some place to sell my watches, and I didn't want like a traditional website. All these websites look the same. So me and my colleague, also named Mike, who's a developer, put together this app. Now we have like 50 something dealers on there, all vintage or, neo vintage, and sprinkling of modern stuff. And, there's like 50 new watches on there a day. So I go on there and I find watches myself to buy.
Yeah.
And we have a big redesign coming soon. So it's going to look like a more professional app really soon. Maybe by the time this comes out.
Well, I gotta say the app is great.
Okay,
I
thank
you.
peruse it for fun.
Same.
Yeah.
Usually in bed I'm looking at Pornhub. If she's next to me, I'm like, I'll go look at Pushers
Yeah.
instead.
Pretend like
Yeah.
I'm,
Watches are just as
Pushers and
hot.
Pornhub. I like that. You're just gooning with
if you type P into Google Chrome, what pops up first?
Yeah.
Pornhub will come up
Yeah,
first, and
probably,
then
yeah.
Pushers, then YouTube TVs / Nicks.
yeah. That's a good trio. I like that.
Yeah.
No, but I like the app.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
thank
lot.
you. Appreciate it.
Yo, what was it from? So you had the rent stabilized, you got bought
Yeah.
out, you copped a watch, and then what was like the kind of like big growth moment, learning curve thing?
So there was a few. One was I was a collector for a while. I was like a forums guy. I was on like the message boards and stuff. That's like how I learned. I didn't consume like Hodinky and stuff like that. That's not how I like learned. I learned from talking to people and being on the forums. Eventually I found like kind of two big kind of deals that I fell into as somebody with like not really any money and not that much knowledge. One was like buying an entire inventory off like a retiring watchmaker. And I think I paid him 12 grand and I sold it for like 34 grand. And I mean, I was still DJing, and this was like the first, I like scraped together that money to buy it. And then I sold the entire thing to one person.
Wow.
So that was like, oh, there's something to this. And then later on, I started, whatever, smaller watches here or there, because I was all consumed by it. So I was talking to people every day. People were kind of like offering me stuff. Sometimes stuff would be underpriced, and I'm like, okay, I could buy this and I could probably sell it with not a big risk. Then I found something like really crazy. I've told this story before on Facebook, like a Facebook group. Somebody posted a gold Patek Nautilus 3700, the first one ever from like the late 70s, early 80s. Somebody posted it. And it was like, somebody just brought this into my jewelry store and they want me to polish it, but I don't know I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't. And I was like, talk to me, right? And everyone in the comments were like, it's fake, it's got to be fake. Or it's ladies, it's a quartz version. And I basically contacted this guy to get all the information. He told me the whole story. This guy brought it into his shop, like strip mall jewelry store, to sell to his friend. So he wanted to come get it polished, but he was selling it to his friend for, it wasn't nothing. It was like 70 grand. So obviously it wasn't like it wasn't like, it wasn't getting stolen from him. So I messaged him and kind of like put a deal together with no money. And the guy was okay with me like if I give you $5,000 more, he'll do the deal with me. And then I had to take care of the shop owner too. And then I had to find the money. And the first dealer I asked, because the deal was already set. The hardest part is finding these watches, really.
Yeah.
Like the deal was already done. So the first person I talked to said, go pick up the watch, which was in a different state. I had to fly and we will wire the money. And that's what happened. And then
it's so funny in male social settings. It's the same fucking patterns. Let's say the Gold Nautilus is like the hottest chick in the club.
Yeah.
Steps in the club. Everyone's like, I want it, but instead of going for it, I'm gonna neg and backstab and talk shit about this. She fucked this guy. She's got herpes. She's terrible. She's a bitch. And it's like the one guy that just is like, I'm just gonna try.
Yeah.
On the off chance that this is my watch or this is my girl, I'm gonna come say what's up. And it's just like, honestly, all the men watching, that's the secret to life. Just like, don't listen to the other dudes around you telling you like it's bullshit. Just go for it. You want something? Go for it. And like, now you are the foremost vintage watch dealer in New York City.
Thank you.
You could be the foremost vintage
kind of
watch
start
dealer in
there.
New York City.
Where I was like,
listen to
I
your
think I can
watch dealer.
I think I can actually find these serious watches. That's kind of like where it started. And I realized that I didn't necessarily need the money. If you find the right watch, there'll be a million people to back you.
Yeah. Babe, do you feel this way too though about men? Like, is that pattern something that you see? Because that's I see it a lot with the homies.
What, that they don't go for what they really want?
Yeah, and then when someone is like interested, it's like, no, that's a bad idea. Don't do it. Yada yada yada.
No, I don't think so. But I also am not in the male psyche, and I'm not like in that world where I think guys talk about these things. And I'm not around pussies. Like I'm not around like men that fucking suck.
That's
Like
pretty
I don't
true.
think either of you are like that. So I think I've never surrounded myself with like maybe one or two, but I'm like, I don't respect you, so I'm not gonna like come to you for advice or talk to you on a real level.
I think I was in a few group chats where it was just like people were always discouraging each other, and then I was like, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I'm leaving this chat 'cause
I'm
I
more
wanna
on
do
the
some
wave
shit.
of like, if you want something. I mean, I would rather. It's the tale as old as time. Like, try and fail, or like think about it for the rest of your life. That you should. What could have happened?
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
Gotta shoot
You
your
went
shot.
for it, bro.
Shoot your shot.
Oh yeah. Well, let me ask you the same question. When you were starting off, whether it was DJing or selling watches or anything creative or that you cared about, did you feel like there were a lot of naysayers?
At the beginning of DJing, it was so low barrier of entry. I mean, I was DJing at like dark room and lit and stuff like this. So really, it's like they would have taken anyone could have gone.
Yeah. I love dark room.
Yeah, and I remember I was kind of like throwing these little like hipster parties.
Yeah.
And I was booking other DJs, and we were just playing the Smiths basically. Yeah. And I was like, I think I could do this. And so one of the other DJs was like, come next week, come in like an hour early, and I'll show you how to do it. And that's all it took.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's basically
Yeah.
how it started. Yeah, and it kind of just. Kind of.
Okay, so
built
there were
a
no
little bit.
naysayers as a DJ. What about the watch thing? Well, there was with the watch. They were like, it's fake.
So there is a bit of gatekeeping with selling watches for sure. And anytime, I mean, I've sold watches to people and people I'm sure have the same story with me. I've sold watches to people, and then 6 months later, they're like, oh, I'm a dealer now. I'm like, oh, I just had to explain what a GMT was to you 6 months ago. Now you're a watch dealer, which is fine. I mean, I guess that's how it starts. And some people find a lot of success that way. But there's definitely like, if some random person I know is like, oh, I'm going to be a watch. I'm like, oh, okay, well, good luck. I mean, they can, it's not impossible. I did it. Yeah. And then kind of what really sent it into the stratosphere was like the TikTok. That's what like when things went to like a crazy, much, much crazier level, because no one really knew people like my friends in, downtown New York maybe knew me as a watch dealer before that. But that's when it really like turned like global, is when I started the TikTok, and within like a week of starting it too.
Yeah, well, because I think it was like a very gate-kept old man's game.
Yeah.
Watches, and you were audacious enough to be like, well, maybe younger people.
Yeah,
want
it was very like boomerish for sure. And there was like two whole generations being completely ignored for sure. There's a lot of young people buying vintage watches for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of the trends you talk about is like the geezer watch.
Yeah.
It's
That
like
was
literally
unintentional.
geezer culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people were buying Submariners, and that was the extent of it. And there were so many amazing watches being completely ignored. And it's nice just to be able to. I have to post a video every day, so there's a lot of room to cover a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So the geezer watches, yeah, it's just like something interesting. Some of them are cool, some of them are lame.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, just there's so much cool stuff once you get over a Rolex. There's like so much cool stuff.
Yeah. How do you feel about like, you know, because I don't feel like your content is about buy this watch, don't buy that watch. Besides, you encourage people to buy vintage. That's one thing you do encourage. But like, how do you feel about like the industrial complex of like buying guides, like people telling each other what to buy or what's hot or what's trending? Like, how do you feel about that?
There's a lot of like get rich quick schemes in the watch world, and certainly a lot of them are like courses and PDFs and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know why you would, you know, kind of listen to a complete stranger, their opinion. Who knows what they do, where they live, like what they partake in. Like, who cares about this random person's opinion?
Yeah.
You could say the same about me, but at least you get to know me a little bit through the video, so you can form an opinion versus just some guy saying, here's a guide I wrote to what watches you should buy.
Yeah. No, I definitely think you just are you gravitate towards what you're interested in. Like, you'll buy lots of watches from like an old Chinese jewelry shop.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, like you'll hunt for things on the message board. But I do find it funny when people trend lists in any industry just crack me up.
Yeah. It's played out.
There's
it's so
always
blown.
stuff trending. You don't necessarily have to buy it, but there's certainly like things that I see, you know, popping off, and I could tell, I could feel it. I could see the price rising.
Yeah.
And then you see other people, you know, it's like you can wear a watch or the watch can wear you. And I think a lot of people kind of just like jumping onto specific trends. It's like, you just bought this because you were supposed to.
That's the biggest difference I've seen between like LA, Miami, and New York is like, if something's trending, you'll see people in LA and Miami like, I need it.
Yeah.
Most people, like I think below Houston Street, they see something trending, like, I'll find the next thing. You know what? That's your table. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, or just knowing, even with like fashion, anything, it's knowing or just appreciating the thing that's trending and being like, that's really cool, but that doesn't work with me. Like, that doesn't work with who I am, the essence of my personality, my style. Because there's so many watches that I see and I'm like, wow, I love that. That like wouldn't work on me.
You talk about that a lot with like silhouettes. Like when people buy clothes,
you have to know your silhouette.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And I think the same is true with watches. Like, you look really good with a big, almost like you can pull off a gaudy watch in a really elegant way. No, but it like looks more elegant on you versus some kind of like scrawny kid trying to wear this like huge, like some of your watches. And I'm like, the gold looks really good on you. Like, some people can't pull off an all gold watch. And I'm like, you have to know yourself and your essence to like really pull something off. That's just what I believe, but
yeah,
anyone
and like
can go
you
for
look
it.
good in steel. I like the steel watches on you, and you crush the geezer watch. Like your spirit and ethos is like, you could have like a wild AP bamboo on, and it looks good on. You could wear a women's watch.
Oh,
honestly.
definitely, yeah.
Like you
No
kind
doubt.
of you could do a women's watch flow. It's cool.
What do you think is just like the most overhyped, played out, trendy watch?
I mean, I'd probably
right
say
now?
the Crash, but I do love it, and I do think it's an amazing watch. It's historically important, but it is like it's in some ways becoming like the new Nautilus, and that like every celebrity needs it, and
Yeah,
It does feel like a status symbol of
for sure.
got it.
for me, whatever LeBron James cops, I just don't want it. Like even the Vacheron 222 steel blue dial, like fire.
Does he
watch.
have that? Does LeBron
He
have
got
it?
it. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
like
That's
on
a great
page one
watch.
of a book
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that watch on.
Yeah,
you
that's a
know?
great watch.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, but the thing about the Crash versus, because people are like, oh, the Crash is the hype watch, which it is. However, the numbers they produce are so tiny, it could never really be the Nautilus, which is why I think the price is kind of still continuously rising. I feel like we're, you know, a lot of people are over the Crash. It's not like a secret, but the price still continues to go up because they made so few of them. Like, you know, they just ended the program where you could do special orders. Probably there's more special order Crash. Actually, I know there's more special order Crashes than regular issue ones. There's probably like how many less than 2,500 Crashes ever made, where Nautilus is probably hundreds of thousands of different Nautiluses. So it can never really get like full mass market, but it is extremely high. I love it. I would still buy one if I could.
Yeah.
And I think it'll forever be like a cool watch, but it's certainly hyped.
Okay, question I got. What do you think about the IWC Genta, the Ingenue?
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool watch. I mean, you know, they re-released it in a few different sizes this year. The original is a cool watch. I think it's undervalued. I think there's a lot of undervalued IWC watches, and I think if somebody had that watch, I'd be like, oh, this guy kind of knows what's up, because it's not a hype watch. I mean, it's Genta himself. His designs are pretty hyped. It's the same guy who designed the Royal Oak and the Nautilus for people who don't know. Yeah, it's a cool. I think it's a cool watch.
I like that watch because also it feels like it's like you're sitting in Lure Fish Bar. You know what I mean? It's like the most basic scuba thing, and it's the most round. And you know, the one thing for me is that like the current ones have ugly dials. You know,
You can say that
I like
about a lot of
old
modern watches. That's
Yeah.
always an issue. Like,
what are they doing with these dials? Why don't
it's-
they just plain just like
it's like the Rolex, the stone dials, which they started producing again. So the vintage Rolex stone dials that were on Date-8s and Datejusts are so desirable, so collectible, so rare, incredibly beautiful. It's just like a slab of stone, no markers, just says Rolex. And
Fat Jew got a crazy one.
oh
I think
yeah,
he
I've
got
seen
the
it. He's had that one
Malachite
for, oh my
joint.
God, he's
Yeah.
probably up 10x on that watch. He's had that a really long time.
Dude, that motherfucker stays making money. Like
Yeah.
anything Josh touches, it's just like he just has the vision. And the best part is he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so those watches are so desirable, and Rolex started making new stone dials, but they cannot resist putting the gaudiest like diamond Roman numerals all over it, or like there's versions that just have 6 and 9 with diamonds in the holes. They are so repulsive.
The 69 watch.
They cannot just be cool. They can't just chill and just put out. If they put out a regular stone dial, anything like the 70s and 80s versions. Listen, they probably all sell out anyway. So who am I? Like, I'm sure they have Rolex has no problem moving watches, but like collectors would go crazy if they just put out a regular onyx dial, regular lapis dial.
Yeah. No, I feel like
They can't
Rolex-
resist just adding bells and whistles. They can't resist.
Yeah,
know,
I
and they're
feel like
so ugly.
watches are in the era of Mexican Jordans. Remember when they were just putting out like random Jordans that were like half of a flight shoe and then half of a
Yes.
Jordan, and then they were just dubbed the Mexican Jordan. He knows. This is not like
I've
a
never
bad
heard
word.
this term in my life,
Yeah,
but
no,
I'm very excited.
You have to be an unwell sneakerhead, but like they have
Mm-hmm.
the Mexican Jordan, they got the Dominican Jordan, and it's like when they combined 3 Jordans into one and sold them like back to school kids. Like
Yep.
it was the back to
because
school.
they were like, we
sneaker.
don't
So
have
funny.
a new recipe, so like we're just gonna take bits from everything and make a Frankenstein Jordan for
yeah,
you.
but I think it was really too because some kids and parents couldn't afford the Jordan, but then they wanted to hit that market and didn't want to come up with a new shoe, or you didn't want to cop the Kyrie. So like, let's combine 3 Jordans.
Okay.
Here you go. But like, I think that's what Rolex does now with like this ugly Roman numeral dial, and like I've seen like green numbers. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's gotten
shit going
wild.
on.
I know.
We also saw 2 of the most beautiful watches I think I've ever seen. Remember when we were in Vegas for F1?
Yeah, yo,
They,
bro.
you tell.
The mother of pearl women's presidential mother of pearl dial with diamond baguettes,
Yeah.
white gold bracelet.
I like gasped. I was like,
Yeah.
I
Maybe
need
need
like
one.
she was the hottest bitch in the club, and I was like, oh no,
crazy.
You got to find one.
That
Well,
was-
they
that was
they were
nice.
like,
Maybe
you
for the
can have
anniversary.
it, and I was like, I don't think we can buy this
They
right now.
offered it to us, and I was like, "Nah, Hollywood's dead, man."
I was like, we're poor, we can't buy this, but it was just like stunning and breathtaking. But the rest of the shit kind of sucks.
Yeah, they were offering it to us because everyone there that week was like had bread, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Bro, we're on a sponsored trip."
Yeah, they thought that we were. I was like,
a
no,
press trip.
someone paid
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah,
Like,
we
this
got
is
flued
not.
out.
Yeah, I'm like, we may be overdrafting at the Dunkin' Donuts, like in the Bellagio.
Yeah.
But
that watch was crazy.
yeah, it was
we'll
crazy.
put a photo up of
I
it.
still think about it. I'm like,
Mother
damn.
of pearl.
Yeah,
Prezi.
mother of pearl.
Yeah. They flew it in just for F1. That weekend was
believe it.
ill because the boutiques had crazy shit.
Oh, I
Yeah,
believe
there was
it.
like Python.
Imagine how much money's there that
shit.
week.
Yeah. I know. I was like, oh,
They were just trying to like hit a chic, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yo,
and I'm sure they did.
yeah, a chic definitely copped.
That was the name of my Uber driver on the way here. Chic. I
Chic.
swear to God, I was like, oh wow, this guy's a chic.
I love that.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah. What's exciting to you about watches? I'm guessing the Land Dweller.
Yeah, listen, I think it is interesting that at least they put out something, a completely new model,
Yeah.
and it is like a kind of a vintage throwback to the
You
Oyster
like an
Quartz.
integrated bracelet?
Yeah, I mean, it's beautifully made for sure. The dial was probably the worst part.
Yeah.
As we were saying earlier, they cannot resist. But it is interesting, and that is such a watch that kind of leaked, and people were like, "No way, this is real.
Yeah.
No way, this is real." And they had I think they had the name Land Dweller copyrighted for like a decade already or something. So they really knew, like, for a long time they were making this thing, and it's in the old Oyster Quartz case from the 70s or 80s. It's interesting when they hadn't released a new model in a very long time, so it's kind of interesting when you usually don't get very much revolutionarily new stuff from these brands. It's interesting to see, I guess.
Yeah. What about Vacheron?
They're doing really well.
That's my brand. I really like.
Yeah,
is
I love
VC.
Vacheron. The Steel 222 is probably one of the best releases of the year. Really gorgeous watch, stunning bracelet, like super comfortable. That's an amazing watch. That's a brand that doesn't get enough love.
Yeah. Do you mind releasing like a video to up the value of my rose gold green dial?
Sure. Yeah, I'll work on that one as soon as I get home.
Thank you.
But I mean, the vintage Vacheron
May
stuff
need to flip that soon. So
is so undervalued. It's crazy. Like there's watches from like the 1940s, which is a very important era for the big Swiss brands. That it's basically the identical watch to Patek. It just says Vacheron, and the dials are being made in the same place.
Yeah.
The movements probably as well. Like one says Vacheron, one says Patek. It's the same watch. The Patek is like 10 times more expensive.
Yeah.
And the Vacherons are like cheaper than like a vintage Datejust.
Yeah, I
There's
really
a
like
lot
the
of value
vintage
there.
Vacheron.
Yeah.
I also like the new watch. They're the
Yeah.
one brand where I fuck with the new shit they're making.
Yeah. That Steel 222 is probably one of the best tributes of any tribute that any brand has done.
Yeah. Okay. Price, not a factor. If
Yeah.
you could have the gold 222 or the steel 222, which one and why?
Steel. I think.
Really?
I just think. I just think it's beautiful. I mean, listen, the gold is amazing too.
Yeah.
But I think the steel is a perfect sports watch. It's really, really rad.
Even though LeBron is rocking it on
It
page
doesn't-
1 of a Harry Potter book.
LeBron's watch choices don't really affect me too much.
Where
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great watch.
it is.
Yeah.
I like steel.
See, I would cop the gold one.
Gold would look good on you.
Because I also never take the necklace
Yeah.
off. So
Yeah.
I have to wear either two-tone or gold because for good luck I never take it
Okay.
off. So I would cop the gold, but also gold just works with me, like my
Yeah.
spirit. But I do really respect that steel watch. If I was
Totally.
to cop a steel watch, it would be
Yeah.
the 222 blue
Yeah.
face.
Sure.
VC.
I mean, I'd prefer the vintage one, of course, but I say that about every watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really nice one.
Yeah, no, the vintage is just cooler to have
Yeah.
and have the patina
Yeah.
and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But the new one really, it's pretty close.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they didn't put a stupid dial or stupid numbers on the shit.
Agreed.
Yeah, there's no piano keys. You know. Okay, John Mayer AP, how do you feel?
It's cool.
I love it. I like it.
No,
I
I'll talk
love
shit.
it.
You know I'll talk shit if I
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I
No,
like
the
it.
only thing about AP is they do so many special editions. It's crazy.
Yeah, they got like camouflage joints.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
they,
crazy.
like
That's
the,
wild.
I mean, they do a lot of cool stuff. I mean, that Travis Scott one, which actually I liked. A lot of people didn't like it. They made 200 of those at over $200,000 each. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of watches for a lot of money. 200 is not. I mean, it sounds small, but 200 like.
a lot of
That's a
people
lot of-
copying an almost $250,000
Yeah,
watch.
that's
a lot
of people
That's
and
to
they
spend
do
that.
releases like this all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, there's
Yeah.
so many APs.
But that's why the world created China, to buy
Yeah.
that watch.
Yeah.
You know, like
What do you think about
first
the
AP
mini?
and then China after. What'd you
What do
say?
you think about the women's like mini AP?
Oh, I think they're very cool.
They're so cute, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how much value. Like the again, I mean, I say this about every watch, but the vintage ladies, the AP Mini Royal
Yeah.
look, you can get those for like a tenth of the price of
Yeah.
the new one.
Yeah.
And they look like from
Exactly
10 feet away,
the
they
same.
look
Yeah.
exactly
and it's
the same.
better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I
they're-
like it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks better actually, I think, with the AP, the 34.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
have a 34.
I do.
It looks really good on her because she's taller.
Yeah, you are tall.
It looks
I do.
good.
I feel like very in charge when I'm wearing it. Like I do feel like I can command the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we've arrived here. Hello. My hand is always like that.
Yeah. The other one, the women's watch, I think is just excellent value is the vintage Bulgari Serpenti.
Oh yeah, there's so many different ones.
Yeah.
That's another very interesting little
Yeah.
market
Yeah.
segment. There's a ton
Square
of them.
face one.
Yeah.
I saw one the other day that I'd never seen before. Like still I see stuff I've never seen before. That's a
Yeah.
very
I wore mine today because I was like thinking, I was
Where
like,
is it?
I
Let me
wasn't
see.
going to wear.
Oh,
So he
awesome.
got me this
Oh,
one
yeah.
for my
oh awesome. Wow, that's rad.
30th birthday.
I'm basically shouting out the watches we've collected to up the value.
Yeah, no,
since
I
you
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
upping the vibe. But this one's one of my favorites because it's the
I want
toboggan.
watch lists. I
Yeah.
want watch lists.
I could do a
today.
video of the top 10 watches from Canal Street Dreams.
Perfect.
I
Yo,
love
thank you.
that. I love
Thank
that.
you. That's
I
what
was
we
gonna
need.
wear all of them. Just
That
on
was
my
great
body
on you.
today. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
this is
I
one
hardly
of my-
ever see these like
Hey,
in the
don't
wild.
look too close, homie. Don't
Yeah.
look too close. No, I'm playing. I love it. I love it.
Did you hit?
It's only real if you buy her a watch, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
that's
fuck
true.
whoever, but did you
That's
buy her a
true.
watch?
True.
No.
Exactly.
No, I got people I had proposed to with no ring. So
They
it wasn't
for sure.
real.
You know what? That's what makes me feel better. I'm like, you may have proposed to multiple people, but
I proposed to
they
someone in
did
the
not-
kitchen with nothing in my hand. It was just like, what up?
That's crazy. Like, how do you even? That's like not even real.
It's not. It's not real.
Wow.
I
Have
bought
you ever
two
proposed
rings.
to anybody?
No,
Okay.
and I never will.
Would you propose with a watch? Never will.
I mean, I think a watch is probably a better move than a ring, but
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
It honestly is.
Yo,
Yeah.
our
People should
jeweler sent out a
propose-
mass email yesterday. It was like, the value of real diamonds is fucking tanking.
Yeah,
Like,
and I was
sorry,
like,
you were gonna
that's
say,
crazy.
People should what?
Well, no, I was like, it was fully just like marketed by jewelers to propose with a ring. Like that whole thing
Oh,
is
for
just
sure.
so
Like a De
blown. And I'm like,
Beers,
you should,
yeah.
you
You
should
should
start
market-
proposing with a watch.
That's a
like
great idea, actually.
Like this should be your late. Propose with a watch.
Yeah.
That
You
is a
could be
great
like
idea.
the De Beers for men. Like, okay,
Yeah.
ladies, buy your man a watch after he proposes to you.
Well, you're supposed to
That-
do
Yeah,
that. You're
that's not-
supposed to buy. I mean, like when you get married, you're supposed to give your husband a gift. I didn't give you one because I was broke, but
Also, because my parents didn't send in the certificate.
yeah, we're not really
So,
married.
you're not
I feel
even
like
legally
You know
getting
what?
married.
The
married.
second tip was we're
You're
not
not
really
even-
married, but when we do get officially married, I'll get you something cute. Maybe it won't be a watch. Maybe it'll be the next edition of the very
Come on,
special
get a watch,
Rolex
man.
hat.
Get a watch, get a watch, get a watch, man. Get a watch from this guy. Support your friend's business.
Yeah,
Okay,
support-
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
we'll
instead of-
support our local
Yeah,
economy.
and
Instead
I
of
got
just
no
asking me
input
about
on
every
which
other
one
watch
it
you
is.
see,
Yeah,
you can
I'm
buy
like-
one from me.
I'll finally buy one from you, and
Yes.
then you're good because you've already bought me so many.
I love it. Wow, I'm excited for
Just
my
use
watch.
his Cartier credit. He has like 300K left in Cartier credit.
Unfortunately, we've literally ran through it all. We have every Cartier sunglass you could imagine, every Cartier scarf, watch.
Wow. Imagine
I
if
mean-
Cartier came out with like an engagement watch.
Ooh.
They
This
could
is-
really like.
Okay, no. Stop giving the sauce.
You're
this
right.
is your
That's such a
lane.
good idea
to
You're,
work on this.
you're gonna
Yes.
work on the engagement watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is a great
Because I
You
idea.
think
need to
that this
partner
is-
with a brand and do the
and do the
engagement
engagement
watch
watch.
and just gift us one. You know,
No,
Gift
no
us one.
problem for sure.
So just
VC, do
seed
the
us
VC
one.
222 engagement watch,
Yeah.
brother.
Not
The
a bad
Mike
idea.
Nouveau engagement watch.
I like this. It's very progressive. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Like,
Shorty's
if
got an
you're-
engagement chicken. You know what I mean? They be cooking
Oh,
the
the
chicken so that
chicken,
you
yeah.
propose, but the
Yeah.
engagement watch is easier. Just
like
buy the
that.
watch. That man will propose.
For
That chicken
sure.
sounds good though.
I know.
Yeah.
I've never made it. I've thought about making
Yeah.
it.
This is the chicken or the watch argument. You could cook the chicken and hope to get proposed to, or just buy the watch.
Buy the
and
watch.
guarantee-
Take out a line.
Guaranteed.
Take out a line of credit and buy the fucking watch.
Buy the watch.
Go down to the
Affirm.
checks cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Affirm the watch.
Wow. The engagement watch. I like
It's a great
this.
idea.
Incredible.
This is hot.
Start working
Glad
on
we
that.
thought of this.
Okay.
Yeah. Get your man a watch.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow.
Okay, what's your
Shorty's gonna be pissed in the comments.
holy grail watch? I feel like you've said this before,
Yeah.
maybe on TikTok, but maybe it's changed. Like,
it changes. It changes all the time.
Okay.
I don't really have one that I dream about. I mean, there's so many really important ones that you dream of finding.
Damn, you're really never getting married. This dude flipping
Yeah.
every week. No, I'm kidding. My bad. I interrupted you. Sorry.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably some vintage, some very rare Patek Philippe, but there's not
Okay.
there's not really one specific one that I dream. I mean, you know, there's stuff I would love to find, but
Yeah.
it changes all the time.
there's not one that would just have you like shook.
There's
to
a
find.
there's 1,000 like that. Wow. But there's not one that's necessarily I dream of more than the other.
Which one's the most recent watch you jerked off to?
Let me think. It's got to be something from one of the auctions because I see so much crazy shit every
Yeah.
single season at the auctions.
An Oda Lips? No.
No, but I mean, I do love those. I found a really nice one in Vegas last month. God, it's so tough to say. It's kind of, I don't know. There's like probably a Patek Philippe 2499, which is a perpetual calendar chronograph from like the 50s, the 50s and 60s. It's yeah.
This sounds. You're
I love it.
talking,
Watch
and
talk,
I.
baby. Watch
I know.
talk.
I let-
Hot,
I know.
horny. Oh,
Have you
Yeah.
ever gooned it to a watch?
no. But
Would
I'm going to
you?
try.
It sounds like you might have come close with the gold 222.
It's a gold
Yeah.
222 is close. I
Yeah.
really like the gold
Do you-
222.
So interesting.
Gooning the watches
Yeah.
is fly. Somebody needs to start doing that.
Would you take? You're a lefty or a righty? You're a
I'm
How do you
a
not know
right-handed
that?
Gooner.
Well, I know that.
I could do both. I could switch it.
He could switch it because he
switch
was
it.
originally
You're
a
bi?
lefty.
No.
No,
just jerking
he was
off.
originally a
Two
lefty,
hands.
and then they like made him into a righty.
Oh,
So I'm
really?
like,
Yeah.
but do you ever take your watch off and put it on your right hand to like
Never.
goon with the watch on your hand? There's
Never.
something like hot about that. Like watch, like if you're wearing your favorite watch and you're like jerking it with your favorite watch on your hand. Is
I
that
do
not
like
You
heating
could watch
it
the
from
I'm sorry,
behind.
you
this
could
is
watch
a-
the power
I do
reserve
like
going
hitting
up.
it from behind
With
with the
the
watch on
That's
the
sick.
back.
powerful?
That's
I'm
sick.
That's
powerful.
kind of like,
You almost
yeah.
have to take a
Powerful.
amateur in
powerful.
that
You
situation.
do.
That's the
I
watch
have
shot.
I have, you
Yeah.
know, like,
The ultimate wrist shot.
also
Yeah.
like
Back
holding
shot,
the
wrist
hair
shot.
with the
Back shot,
watch is
wrist
kind
shot
of like
with the engagement watch. Yeah.
yeah. Gold Prezi with the hair, just my shit ain't even set.
Wrong date, wrong time.
Yeah, totally wrong day, wrong date.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, gooning with the watch, man.
I don't know. I just never thought of that. And I was like, if
Yeah.
I was a man, like, I don't know, men are visual. I would
Yeah.
be like my favorite watch that I like worked so hard for.
I
My
think when
dick.
you got the watch on and like, you know, we're in the lab, like that's fly too. You know, I'm a very
Yeah.
like keep the boots on guy, keep the watch on. Like definitely keep the watch on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like definitely got to keep the watch on in bed.
Yeah.
See, that's something you could probably be more safe doing with a modern watch versus a vintage watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit
but
might fall
that's-
apart if
Oh,
you're
you're
wearing-
taking the watch off
For
in
sure.
bed?
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. No, you got to keep it on, man.
These vintage watches are delicate, I gotta tell you.
No,
Yeah,
if there's
I
one
feel like
time
if
that
it's
you need to
vintage-
see the shit, just the light hit it, like it's got to be in bed.
Yeah, but it has to be
It's
the
gotta
right
be in bed.
person, right? It can't just be like, you know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
really care.
Well, you,
'Cause
it's
Unless
cool.
it's a
I'm like,
scenario
she
where you
just
don't have
clocked
time
me
to
with
take
the
it off.
Serpenti.
That's true.
You know?
Well, yeah,
I
but
love it.
we're fake married, so it's just us all the time. This
Oh,
man is
so
single.
good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't be out here fucking everyone with your favorite vintage watch.
Yeah,
You gotta be
but don't you
specific.
want to watch someone suck your dick with like the Serpenti on? That's kind of crazy. That's
Is that an offer? Or?
no.
I was like, damn, are you trying
No,
to
I'm
suck
saying,
his
but
dick?
I'm saying like you know, I keep the watch on. And
Okay,
she
good
keeps
to
the
know.
Keep the watch
Okay,
on, man.
Okay. You know what okay, just intrusive thought again. So I saw Rihanna wear like an engagement ring on her toe. And
Yeah.
I was like,
huh.
love
Yeah,
that,
that was
level
the
of wealth.
beginning of
Love,
quiet
love
luxury.
that level of
Yeah.
wealth, right? What about the anklet? What if I put? What if
The
I
house
tried?
arrest?
What if
The
I
full
tried?
house arrest
I
AP?
kind of like that, but I was like, what if I tried to put my AP on my ankle?
Yo, I'll tell you something. That's hot because I usually like a foot in a shoe, like seeing a foot inside of a shoe,
Yeah.
inside like it's dressed,
Yeah.
right? The only time I like a flat foot out is with the anklet on.
Yeah,
Like
because
that's
the anklet
fly.
is like I feel like my anklets actually broke like last summer and I never put them back on. But I love an anklet because I just think it's sexy. I'm like
yeah.
into it, and like a heel, anything,
Yeah.
whatever. It's so summery and tanned and hot to me. And then, but the thing
Except
is,
when I see
too,
the Van Cleefs, I like barf. Van
Yeah.
Cleefs, I'm like, "Bleh."
what as an anklet?
Yeah,
I've
barf.
Yeah, I don't
Barf.
know. I'm not a Van Cleef person.
No,
but,
I'm a Van Cleef barfer.
No, I think just like little gold. But imagine like because the watch anklet is so crazy because then you would have it couldn't just be a watch that you like have for your wrist. It's specific. You would have to get
Right.
it sized correctly for your ankle. Like there's
the
shit that would have to
ankle
go into
serpenti
that.
would go crazy.
That
Yeah,
is
that would be
such a
sick.
flex.
Yeah.
That's another thing we
It's
could
almost
work
like
on.
a
Like instead of a gladiator sandal lace
Yes.
up with the
Oh, wow.
serpenti.
well, there's
Yeah.
a shoe brand,
Oh.
Renee Caviella or something.
Oh.
She makes I don't know who she is, but the heels always look like you have
I'm
kind of a
telling you,
serpenti.
the serpenti
on.
up the
But
leg.
that's crazy.
Oh my god! If you
The
had a leg up
serpenti
here,
12 wrap,
anklet.
checking the
Yes.
time, just hitting it. Oh my
Yes.
god!
Dog.
I'd be going crazy.
The
I'd be going
serpenti
crazy.
anklet.
Or imagine like you're hitting it from behind
Yeah.
and you grab the foot and there's a serpenti there. Just what time is it?
Dude, imagine both anklets,
Oh.
just serpenties, every limb. You're just
Oh,
serpentied out.
man.
You're just a snake. You're just
Wow.
That's like his dream. I think you found
I
his
know.
kink.
Yo,
I
I'm about
think
to
this is-
lose my mind.
Yeah.
I think this is- instead of buying him a watch, I should just buy 4 serpenties
You should.
on every limb
Yeah.
for me.
You should. You should just put some serpenti, like leg serpenti. I would lose my mind.
Looking like Inspector Gadget.
Straight lobster sauce everywhere.
I like that. Inspector
out of
Gadget.
control.
Yeah.
Trench coat, just trench coat, serpenties.
Yeah.
Very
Yo,
Inspector Gadget.
For real, man. Pasta water on the floor. It's game over, man.
Wow. Wow.
Oh man.
Not the pasta water.
Man, wow. We should make these watches.
It's a lot of great
really
ideas.
make these
set
watches.
today.
A lot of great ideas.
Yeah.
The Serpenti leg is like when they made the Timberland heel, the bootleg Timberland
Yeah.
heel they
Yeah.
were working on.
It's got to. Someone has to have done the Serpenti leg.
I haven't seen it.
haven't
I
seen
mean,
it.
maybe
I'll do some research when I get home.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
like
not, we
maybe
need to be doing
someone
that.
might have like put one on their ankle on like Pinterest or something.
Yeah.
I've tried to put mine on my ankle, but my ankle's a little. I don't have like a cankle, but I'm just not like a small, delicate girl.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have a cankle. I'm not gonna claim that. publicly.
No, you don't have a cankle.
But
at
I'm just
all.
saying, like, this would not fit on my ankle. Because I
No,
thought about it before.
no,
I was
no,
like,
no.
that would look fucking hot. Like, I want to put a watch on my ankle. I think that's just such a flex.
Yeah.
Like, it's the engagement ring on your toe. I'm like, dude, it's just so ignorant. It's so,
So
fucking
fly.
rude to do, honestly. It's wrong.
You could be the one who
I would love
invents the
to.
You
trend.
need to do it. You need to do
would
it.
love
I need
to.
to see it. You can kind of also see your reflection in a serpentine. That's crazy. That's like American Psycho level shit, man.
Yeah.
You put a lot of thought into this, Eddie.
I'm putting thought into it now. Like right now, I'm thinking.
I might get pregnant tonight.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Again.
Again.
Send in the paperwork
I
first.
still think you're
yeah.
still pregnant. Since the last episode, I'm like, I'm convinced. But
I'll have to
too
do like a
early to
live
Too early to
test in 2 weeks
Yeah.
or something. We'll do in 2 weeks. We will do a
early
live
test.
pregnancy test. On
Yeah,
this
let's
show.
do it on the show. Live
it will
test.
be great.
Live testing, man. What else is going on though, Mike? Anything else? Any big pushers news?
We got this redesign coming out soon. Got a full agency working on it. It's gonna look much more professional. Though I mean it works great now, to be honest. But it's gonna look like an app that maybe somebody will buy one day.
Yeah. I feel you for
like
the
that.
Yeah.
investors. Yeah.
What else is going on? I don't know. I think that nothing really. I'm just looking for watches every single
You in
day.
the city this summer?
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm going to Greece actually next month.
Oh,
Opa.
where
Yeah.
in Greece?
Milos.
Nice.
I've been there before actually. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Nice.
fun.
And that's it. I got nothing else planned. I'm going to try to go to Japan and before the end of the year. I got nothing else. I travel a lot, but most of it's for work.
Yeah. Which brand are you working with Cartier the most these days?
In terms of just like going to events, I guess, yeah, Cartier probably.
Nice.
I'm not like an ambassador or anything like that. It's just, they invite me to stuff.
Yeah.
Not yet.
They would be a good partner for a male engagement.
Oh, of
watch.
course. Who would be better? Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's
That
coming.
is a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. But absolutely Bulgaria for the women's leg serpentine.
Yes.
That
Noted.
needs to be. Yes. Thank you. So
Yeah.
that's what we got going on
Let
this summer.
let these brands know in the
Yeah.
workshop. Like the urologists really need to
Yeah.
start keeping the legs in mind.
Yeah.
Eddie's
Perfect.
a horologist.
I'm a
Horologist.
horologist
Yeah.
for sure. I'm out here trying to spray pasta water.
Yeah.
I want to get you the monocle, like the urology monocle.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's
I'll
cool.
keep the monocle on.
Yeah,
I'll keep the monocle
that could
on,
also be
in
cool
there.
for the bedroom. You could like see some
Yeah.
shit.
Some dudes may actually find
See
the
if you're
clip with the
pregnant
monocle
before you
on,
even know.
man.
Yeah, I think
I
OB,
found it.
OB should all have the urology monocle. Spread it. Let me see in there. The test might not be correct.
Let me study
I'm
this
kidding.
foot.
Yeah.
Incredible, man. Well, we'll have to hang because we're in the city this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got nothing going
absolutely.
on. Nothing but
Awesome.
time.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, people are always like, "Where are you going this summer? Where are you leaving the city?" I'm always like, "Man, I'm 10 toes down in the city
Yeah.
this summer."
We're here. We're sweating.
Yeah,
great.
I like it. I love being
Yeah,
in the
same.
city when everybody leaves.
I almost never go anywhere for pleasure, to be honest. It's only like work related stuff.
Yeah.
And so when I'm home, I like being home. I
Same.
don't do the Hamptons. I do nothing.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
kind of the same in that regard. We're like definitely homebodies.
Yeah.
If I have a trip that I get like light annoyed. If I ever, even if it's for pleasure, I'm like, oh, I have to like
Yeah.
pack
I
and
know,
then I
it's
have to
very
get on the
annoying.
plane. And then there's some
Yeah.
people that like love to travel, and I'm like, wow, I suck. I
Like-
just want to stay home.
Everyone leaves New York in the summer, but I'd rather leave like in January, Feb.
Definitely.
I
yeah.
agree.
That's when I leave.
I
Yeah.
absolutely
I'm nice here
agree.
in the summer.
Yeah, I rather be sweating on these streets than cold.
Yeah, and take
100%.
advantage that like we have no religious beliefs, so it's
sure.
like I can book that hotel on Christmas Day. I
Yeah,
can be there.
Well, no, it's different now. We have a kid.
Oh yeah, we gotta like.
I'm
do,
very
How old is he?
into.
Right,
he's
fuck.
he's almost 2. He's almost 2.
He doesn't even
Yeah.
understand
Yeah, that's
Christmas
right.
yet. You can
Well,
bring him
no,
to
like
Vegas
I'm
instead.
down.
Like that.
I'm
Her
down
family
going
likes
somewhere.
Christmas.
Like when we went to Jamaica at Goldeneye, and they'd like Santa come out on a jet ski.
that's
That's
cool.
cool.
That's
As long
cool.
as
That's
there's
cool.
some type of tradition that we are giving him, because I do feel like Christmases for me growing up were so big
Yeah.
and magical, and like I will just never forget that. And I think if you've had that, you know how much it means, and
Yeah.
then you want to give that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
you
want
had
to
that.
dress up as Santa Claus and be like, dude, Santa Claus is Chinese. Like
He is.
convince him that Santa Claus is Chinese.
Santa Claus is Chinese.
Yeah,
he is.
absolutely.
I've literally never even seen.
Yeah.
He is Chinese,
Yeah.
first of all, and his bag is full of watches.
Yeah, Santa Claus is a Chinese horologist.
He only carries vintage watches in his bag that he got on pushers.
I love it. What time is it? Is your watch set?
No, actually, it's not. 'Cause I haven't worn this one in a while.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
And also, it's early in the morning.
Oh, perfect. We did an hour. Perfect. I wanted
Beautiful.
to see if your watch was set.
No.
That was-
Also,
that was
because it's
something.
been 100 degrees the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the humidity, I can't even wear really vintage watches.
Yeah.
They're not waterproof.
Yeah.
So the humidity
Yeah.
will fog them up.
No, I don't set my watch
Yeah.
at all.
Normally I
think
do,
it's
but
more
in this
fun.
case, I woke up early to come
Yeah.
here.
No, you good, bro.
crack of
I
noon.
I know.
I like to be
noon
like, this
is
is
noon
useless.
is early. Actually,
This is useless. This is just a display of wealth.
yeah.
But yeah, incredible. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's so nice having you.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. I
Yeah,
love
of
doing
course.
it.